We have the MX990s, we have the 780s, we have the TRC 1080s. Oh my goodness. Call now before they're gone. Act quick. Hello?
And we're back. Looks like we had some technical difficulties there. That was really strange. Anyways, I'm Will with Air Theater Designs, and today we're doing trick tips for most URC remote controls, otherwise known as universal remote controls. And these are troubleshooting techniques used by the pros themselves, but they're easy enough for everyone at home to try. So follow me and let's get started. All right. First things first. Let's make sure we have our URC remotes ready, and we want to locate the MRF base station. This is the brain of the system. And last but not least, we want to locate the antenna, also known as the RF sensor. This will be plugged into the MRF base station. On this first step, we're going to focus on the battery. So grab your remote, and on the top right or the top left, we're going to see the battery indicator with the percentage of how much battery strength you have left. So depending on the model you have, it's going to vary on color and size. So for instance, this one has the green bars. We're focused on the battery right now because if you're having issues like the battery not holding a charge and you're constantly having to put it back on the cradle, then it's time to order a new battery, either from your local dealer, URC dealer, or online. So let's go ahead and pop the back off the remote, locate the battery, and grab the model number off that. Let's order a new one. All right, let's move on to step 2. Let's go to your equipment area and locate the MRF base station, the antenna, the equipment. This is all stuff we mentioned earlier, so let's have your remote ready too. And then we're going to go to each piece of equipment. And on each piece, there's going to be an emitter. This is what sends the signal from the brain of the system to each piece of equipment. So these emitters are really important, and they get knocked off a lot. So that's what causes a lot of the issues. All right, now let's grab your remote, and on the top, you'll see the IR sensor. This is where it emits the signal. So we're going to cover that when we're going to do testing. So let's be by the equipment so you can see the emitters, and they're all supposed to flash red to response with the push of a button. So let's push a button, take a look at the emitter. See right there. Let's do it again. And you could test it for your TV, for your Blu-ray player, for your AVR, all your equipment. Let's just go through your whole list of all equipment to make sure it's properly connected. Alrighty, let's move on back to the equipment area and check out all your equipment and make sure the emitters aren't knocked off or just hanging off. They all have a home, and they need to be in a specific area where the IR sensor is on the panel of the front of the equipment. So locate either with a flashlight, or it's going to be a circle with an IR stamp. And once it's on there, take a picture so you know where the home is for the emitter. And if it's hanging off, we can use a hot glue gun to hot glue on the emitter and then stick it on its home on the piece of equipment. That way it's a lot harder to knock it off. Alrighty, let's move on to the final step. Let's locate the MRF base station that we were talking about earlier, the brain. Let's make sure it has proper power. So the red indicator right here, LED, will show that you have power. So let's make sure we have it. And then let's locate the RF sensor antenna that's connected to that base station. And let's look at this RF button right here. We're going to grab your remote while covering the front part of it, like we mentioned earlier. And when you press a button, check out the antenna. With every press, we're going to be getting the blinking LED for the RF. Okay, see right there how it went on? Let's do it again. Click it there. Okay. This is the last step, I promise. Now let's put your remote down, grab the antenna, and if you have the RF light, if it's constantly on, that's a big issue. Your remote won't work without it. So let's make sure we can move it around and find a location where the RF light will go off. The only time you want to see it is when you press a button and it blinks. You never want it to stay on completely. That means you're getting interference noise from another piece of equipment. See right there? We're good to go. That right there, when it's staying on, we don't want that. as Mutombo would say. That's a no-no. So let's take care of that and then find a home when the RF light is off. And that's it. It was that easy. Now you can use your URC remote on your new system. Have a good one.